child, it's literally fentanyl city. It's just where drug dealers hang out. It's like easy access for drug dealers to go sell. No one cares. Canada doesn't give a shit, man. They just don't care. Especially in Kitchener. Like, it's the amount of people in Kitchener dying with fentanyl overdoses is insane, okay? And it's unsafe. People have their hotel rooms open, people drinking, they're fighting. It's open drug, it's open sex work, it's open everything. And there's literal kids running around with no shoes on, stepping on glass, needles, like going in the dumpsters. It's not safe for children. Now, it is imperative for them, in order to not have their children be around this type of stuff, to go get a fucking job. The only reason this asshole is not getting a job is because he doesn't want to pay child support for his first child. That is literally the only reason. And also, he's a lazy piece of shit. All he does is play video games. Okay? He might DoorDash.
Ownership agreement, Comcast could require Disney to buy out its stake in the streamer as early as January 2024, which we anticipate January 2024 is when all of this goes down. Executives at both companies have voiced expectations that Comcast will sell to Disney, echoing similar reporting from the Journal, which said Comcast has stopped funding Hulu in anticipation of the sale. Disney has provided the equivalent of a bridge loan to ensure the streamer gets the necessary cash. Oh, Disney and their loans. I think it's more likely than not we go through, Comcast CEO Brian Roberts said earlier this month. We've said all along that the vast majority case is will put and they'll call at the beginning of the year. Now, here's the key thing to know. We can keep going. We can keep going. Well, let's read this paragraph. It is important. Sources told the Journal the combination could further complicate the market value of Hulu. Under the current agreement, Hulu would be priced at a guaranteed minimum, I guarantee, equity value of $27.5 billion, or about $9.
I can't even begin to explain what it felt like. It's almost resigning yourself to the fact that this is it. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. And then I got to the point while he was beating me where it was like, please, this next punch, just let it be the last one so that it does kill me and it stops. Because I won't feel it anymore.
Because the attack was so violent, Sabrina's case is immediately referred to the Domestic Abuse Unit at Thames Valley Police.
I'd love to start with you because I'm jealous of the kids coming up now that get to experience you as their first Batman.
You actually asked that on dates?
I do. Who's your Batman? I need to know.
Really unusual.
That's a legit question. I need to know if it's Clooney. I need to know if it's.
Oh, right. I thought you meant like in my life.
I was thinking Maradona. I was going to go with Maradona. I was trying to figure out how I was going to make any sense.
I mean, I weirdly got to try on every single Batman outfit for my screen test to see actually which Batman I was.
Not Adam West.
Apart from Adam West.
Yeah, I was just making sure. That's a great visual.
That's a great laugh.
And my head was the only person who had a large enough head for me to fit into the towers. It was Clooney, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Everyone else, I did not realise that everyone else has quite small heads. And, but I didn't fit into the, so it's not really what you're asking. But like,
no, this is fascinating.
Kind of, yeah, but I got into the,
As I wrote in my book, Extremely Online, it's because of this power shift that we're seeing a record assault on online speech rights. The mainstream media is asleep at the wheel. They cheer on bad legislation and push moral panic narratives and manufactured outrage campaigns that are then used to justify stripping our civil liberties on the internet. I believe that the aggressive assault on free speech online is one of the most important issues of our time. So every week on Free Speech Friday, I'll be talking to the people on the front lines of the fight for free speech on the internet. This includes constitutional lawyers, digital rights activists, tech policy experts, and more. I'll be breaking down bad legislation, exposing the power players behind these attacks, and giving you ways to fight for the right to speak freely. I know tech policy can be kind of a snooze, but these laws are so incredibly important, and I really hope that I can convince you guys to care about them. Anyway, this week's Free Speech Friday is actually coming on a Tuesday because the bill that I want to talk to you about is so dangerous and bad, and it's being voted on this week in the Texas legislature. It's called HB 5510, and it's a proposed
We're so excited to have you.
I can't wait.
Gonna throw up probably.
Everyone kept telling me, why didn't you say something to her? You love this woman so much. Why wouldn't you say something? And it's so parasocial to say, but I knew you didn't want that. I knew you did not want that. You don't want to be, I feel like, am I wrong to say that you don't want someone to come up to you, especially of this sort, leaving
I
Vegas?
wouldn't say I don't want that because that's not really fair. Like when I'm in a public place, I accept what's happening. at dinner, sitting down at dinner with my family. That I find annoying. Or if I'm in a public restroom, which seems to be a favorite thing of people to do, to follow you into a restroom and then take a picture by a stall.
I agree.
I think that's ick. But when I have a fan who really loves me, I will never reject you.
You just seemed so in your zone. I also know you're doing your Vegas residency, and I feel like leaving Vegas is just a disgusting feeling, no matter how much comfort you have, jet suite, all of it. Like that feeling, you just want to be home in your own bed. And I was like,
that's very sensitive.
About a 5 to 7% discount of what actually got remitted ultimately to the restaurant or the retailer versus what the bill was originally that the consumer authorized.
So all that's a very nice story, except it's completely fabricated. None of that actually happened, although stories like that did play out, I'm sure, on a nightly basis in Manhattan. The reality is Frank just thought this would be a good business idea. And he was right. You know, you see this all the time with networks, network effect businesses. This was the right little node of the network to start with. This was like Harvard and Facebook, because restaurants.
She was like, you're not really good enough for this. She gave it to our other researcher. I'm like, hello? Cinnamon Toast Crunch just publicly acknowledged that the cereal squares are devouring each other. They're eating each other up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but they need our help. We've got to crack the case. There is a wanted square on the loose.
Wanted square?
You think I'm kidding? Take it seriously.
Like a runaway cinnamon?
It's a runaway cinnamon toast crunch. I'm going to put the wanted flyer right here. It reads, it's dangerously delicious. What we're looking for is lightly dusted, last seen fleeing a cereal box with crumbs on its hands. And I know you're like, what's in it for me, right? I'm going to tell you what's in it for you. There's a reward for helping bring this crunchy criminal to justice, because just looking at this wanted poster, I'm like, how dare this? How dare this crunchy, delicious criminal do this to us? How dare they? So if you find one of the impacted boxes,
that one looks a little sus.
I mean, you know, the ones with just